Malik Nabers cheering on the Washington Commanders in Tampa. And people were a little bit up in arms of this to a certain degree. So there's a content creator on X, Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it.
X gonna give it to you.
Billy Tinkle, which first off, I was like, wait, really? Tinkle? But I guess, I don't know. I tried looking him up. I never heard of this guy before, but I saw Giants people like crazy, flipping out about this whole thing. But he's apparently a bigger deal as far as Washington Commanders content creators. He put out a thing saying, Giants fans got to be sick. Their wide receiver one traveled to watch a division rivals playoff game and then cheered when they won. LMFAOOO. Now, he also put a video up, which is actually the video that Neighbors put up on TikTok when it was going live at that point, talking about it. Guys, if you're pissed off about that, I'm sorry. You need better things to go on in your life than
yeah.
There's something wrong here with y'all, because here's what you got to remember. Many of us, obviously, if you're watching this, assume you're a Giants fan, or at least are curious what's going on with the Giants at the very least. Giants fans are raised to root Giants. Malik Nabers was probably not a Giant fan a year ago. Malik Nabers was catching touchdown passes from Jaden Daniels a year ago. That trumps any loyalty he has to the team, because the team's out of it. Now, if he was rooting for the Commanders when the Giants were playing them, that's a completely separate thing.
Yeah, big time.
I have no problem with him rooting for the Commanders and his former college quarterback in the playoffs. And by the way, Brian Thomas Jr. was there as well of the Jaguars. No one's talking about that.
Yeah, you know more than I would about that, because I'm not, down in Florida. But
I'm saying as far as him being there down in Tampa, he was in Tampa with Neighbors watching the game happen. No one's talking about that stuff. And again, he's rooting for a friend of his.
Yeah,
there ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, if his friend was on the Cowboys or the Eagles, maybe I'd have some problem with it. We said it before. I don't hate the Commanders like I hate the Cowboys and the Eagles. They could win a Super Bowl and I wouldn't even be upset. I really wouldn't. That's the scary part.
Because they've been so bad for so long.
It's been 30 years.
Yeah. My thing too is listen, him and Daniels, Jalen Daniels, they have a long history together. If it wasn't for him being as good as he was, and the both of them, they both want to be drafted as high in this where they were. So yeah, it's okay that they're rookies and they're still root for each other. That's your friends, because you guys help one another get to the spot where they're at, where they're able to get picked number 2 and number 6 overall.
I think you can also look at it and say, we've had some comments in the past that Malik Nabers has said, I'm like, maybe you don't say that. That not sounding the most team friendly. Well, they say actions speak louder than words. Here's him supporting an ex-teammate of his, and people are complaining. That to me says a lot about who he is and what kind of relationships he developed at this time at LSU.
Yeah.
So, like I said, no problem with it whatsoever. Anybody who's upset needs to stop being upset and worry about everything else going on in Giants land. We have plenty of issues going on.
There's a lot of things to be upset about.
Yeah, this is so bottom on the totem pole. It's not even freaking funny. So, like I said, not worried about it in any way, shape, or form. So,
if you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please